faster, bro.
after. I know, right? I didn't even get through it. Regardless. All right, well, we tried, right? So we're kind of going to leave those on the back burner, at least for now. If we find some time to talk about it, we certainly will. But we are live in Mayhem versus Ascendancy. This is the RGN New Year's Open, and I am sprawled. By my side is Laser Jesus. Buddy, we haven't casted together, and it feels like ever.
Yes, it's been quite a while. I mean, time permitting, you know, my schedule is all messed up. But let's jump straight into this round. It looks like we have majority of the Ascendancy players trying to creep towards B, and it's already not working out. But then they have the second wave coming through, and is this going to be enough to push the Mayhem defense to the limit? It looks like it, as they get the first one, and they take down the cat as well. So suddenly we are in a 3-on-3, and the Mayhem rotate is going to be faced with a whole bunch of lead, and they're contesting both in the window room, and it goes back and forth. But it looks like Spyro is going to maintain control. He is wounded so low, the CT player, that's now 2. And whoever gets this frag side of the win is going to be critical. And it goes to CTs. So now we're down to a 1-on-2. Fox and now 2. And to take down the remaining terrorist side player, he gets down the first one. That's Demise. Is Fox going to stick it? No, he's not. Wow, Ascendancy gets the piss around. And Mayhem, it looked like they were going to hold that so well, but then suddenly the second wave came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was actually an excellent strategy, as they sent 2 in, which is kind of a common fake. You want to send 2 in, and then you're going to hit that other site. So they kind of tried to catch them off guard, and although the players were still in sight, it seemed that they were still surprised. They're like, wait, a second wave? And then they were able to take the site, and as we saw, an epic finish there.
The fake that was not a fake.
Exactly, you're faking the fake, and that's really messing with the mentality of the other team. So good on Ascendancy to get that first T pissed around. Very important. Mirage, CT sided, and we do see Buzza. He's underneath balcony, right outside of Palace with a CZ75. So time to talk about changes, ladies and gentlemen. We have the fire rate back. So this gun is, quite honestly, like, yeah, it takes a while to pull out, but he's on an eco right now. It doesn't matter. He already has it out, so that fire rate is still there, and he's actually going to see a player up there that's Impesta. And they are going to be working an A take here as the A ramp under contention.
Yep, and they're going to be trying to take in right now. They have the superior weaponry, but Mayhem does have 2 scouts, which have not come into effect yet. As another one goes down, Double All and Spyro both get one. Ooh, finally Davey finds a jump scout, but it's not enough, and all that money goes right down the drain. And Ascendancy is going to take their second round in a row. So just like that, the little money Mayhem had garnered suddenly just goes away. And now we're on to another eco round for them. And when their final gun round comes up, they're going to be hurting for money yet again. So Ascendancy looking real clean so far. And they kind of walked into Mayhem's hands there. But look at this from Mayhem. They got 5 players coming straight up middle, ready to contest. Davey gets 1, but there's still 2 rifles there for Ascendancy, and they're going to start going to work. That Spyro gets 1, 2. He's a thirsty dragon. He gets looking for the third, but he's just not there. It's side off. Alone under underpass. But yeah, let's get back to the gun changes and everything. I mean, when we're talking about the CZ, correct?
Yeah, that was the one I was mentioning there, just the fire rate and ammo going back on the CZ75, and then the P250 changes as well. And that's
P250 changes.
Yeah, so I was killing myself laughing about that thirsty dragon, by the way.
Spyro
is a thirsty dragon. As, they are going to be taking this round, side off, just trying to work an exit here. But basically what they did to the P250 is they took away, it had 5 magazines before, now it's down to 3. So again, not a massive change there. I don't think that many people are really going to notice unless you're in,
Tell me about the changes to the CZ.
The CZ, it's basically just fire rate and ammo. So it takes the same time to bring out. And as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I know, they haven't changed it. It's still $100 per kill. So that still kind of makes it, quite honestly, that sucks.
It's still,
that sucks on
it's still
an
booty.
Yeah. It really, yeah, like, unless the thing is, it's still powerful again, though. So, I don't know. It's a bit of a toss-up. If you want to go for that powerful weapon, you're only going to get rewarded. So maybe that is the good balance. Maybe that's a good situation. We're going to find out here shortly as Davey gets the first frag. He's pushed up underpass, gets Impesta, as now spraying through that, tried to get the frag, but isn't going to make it happen. Buzza drops Spyro, and quickly, this is looking like a round for Mayhem, but quickly going back in the other direction. Toy takes down Davey. He was posted up inside of underpass and had no support to help him get out.
Yep. And now Ascendancy is looking like the ones that are going to lose the round here unless they can collect themselves in the end here. It looks like they're going to be grouping up and trying to isolate the lone player inside of A for Mayhem, who is Nautu, or Natu. I'm not sure how not to pronounce that name. But he is going to be alone under the balcony. And Toy is the sole player remaining that's preventing the rotate from Mayhem, who's posted up in middle. But Nautu comes out from under the balcony, retains control, and suddenly there's only one player up, and that's Double who from the balcony still has 100 HP, so any guns he could take out from Mayhem here would be devastating for their economy. But I'm not sure he's going to be able to get anything done, and he is going to fall all the way back. So now the CTs going to be taking their first round, but for Ascendancy here, they've had a lot of success elsewhere getting picks and everything, so their terrorist side does not look too shaky for me. Will Double be able to take, or just remain with his AWP is the question, though. Ooh, Buzza does get taken down. Ooh, almost gets the second shot onto Nautu. But now Ascendancy is in a tough spot here, because now they're getting pretty low on money. If they don't win this round, then they're going to have to save. This is one of those rounds where if either team doesn't win, that decides so much for momentum. And any team that loses here is going to be forced to save. And Ascendancy is bringing a majority of their players towards the B side, at least initially. And we do have one of them looking like he's going to pick middle. The op from Ascendancy is towards B here. So now where does Ascendancy try to go here? They have windows smoked up. It looks like they have, they're trying to smoke connector here, and they finally do smoke connector, but that window smoke is going to be dissipating shortly. So are they going to go mid to cat? Their time is running out. They need to execute now, and now Buzza gets taken down, and suddenly Ascendancy is looking even better coming into this round. Are they going to go mid to cat or mid to B is the question.
Yeah, Double's going to get that pick from A ramp into A site, so that does open things up a little bit. We do see the bomb heading to A ramp as well, but two of the T players, that's going to be Toy and Spyro, they're heading into B apps. So still spreading across the map, and even the bomb now bouncing back across the other side of the map here as we do see Impsta, as I'm being told is the correct pronunciation of his name.
Noob.
I'm the king of butchering names, as we do see him getting that frag onto Davey. Davey trying to check connector there, and it's going to get punished for that kind of aggression, trying to gain some information, but still here Impsta tries to get another frag sight off on 1 HP. He's got Fox still in A site, but the bomb is about to get planted in B.
Yep, and they get it down. Oh man, and they find Side Off as well. Side Off was the last remaining hope of them having a chance to clutch this round, at least taking down a few of the Ascendancy players. But looking at Ascendancy's money, if 4 of them survive, that's going to be huge for their economy. And the main player alone, Fox, even though he's going to make away with his gun, I mean, had 2 or 3 of them survived, I mean, then their economy would make sense, I mean, into buying next round. But if only one player survives, i.e. Fox, I mean, only one of their players is going to have guns regardless. So they're going to have to make stellar use of this AK and position it beautifully. Otherwise, there's not much point in this save. So that's the hope when you're saving 1 on the CT side. But now Ascendancy, on the other hand, is looking better and better. Looking like the odds were a little wrong, if I do say so myself. So
what did they end up at, by the way? I'm just curious.
I think it was like something like 60 something, 30 something.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, a lot of people didn't know that Ascendancy's roster is stacked full of old, great players from 1.6, the Lego era. These men have been playing Legos since before a lot of people were born. So Ascendancy, definitely not an underdog in this match by any means. But Mayhem, on the other hand, just upset Torque, right? Right? They just upset him. So odds were definitely a little messed up. But now, let's see this round. Fox, where is Fox? He is the key player in this round. He's posted up at lower, but he's not the key player. Buzza and both, and now two combined at middle. Take down two of the Ascendancy players. And now Ascendancy fighting back. They're slowly regaining control as a bomb site. Firepower over setup, it looks like. And now slowly developing their A site take. Only one player left in the site, and that's going to be the Ascendancy round. And man, Mayhem, this obviously was Ascendancy's pick, because they're looking real strong.
Yeah, no doubt. They are doing quite well for themselves, as 5-1 is not a bad scoreline on the T side to start things off. They have a pretty hefty lead here, and it does look like it's stopping anytime soon, as we do see pistols across the board on the CT lineup. Mayhem going to have to try and make something work once again. They ecoed in the last round behind that AK-47, got a couple frags, but nothing else for it, as Toy will eventually go down, gets traded, and NATO gets another one, as I butcher his name, just like everybody else. Spyro coming up connector, drops Buzza, and they're going to be trying to take this A site. The bomb is down in Palace, though, and that's very, very important to note, as we're just going to be seeing NATO just kind of hang tight there. He will be smoking out. 20 HP on him currently. Sideoff tries to get that free shot off, but missing it, and clearly paying for it, as now a 1v3 situation, a minute on the clock, and they have to get this bomb from Palace. I can't imagine NATO's going to be able to hold this, but if they peek one by one, which, again, I don't expect Experienced lineup to do, but they almost happened. Not quite, but it was a little close.
You know, in your flustered speech, I think you just accidentally coined another phrase, like a nade NATO.
Ooh, I like it.
Nade NATO? I mean, you try to rush them, you caught up in the nade NATO. I mean, the nade stack. That's another one like for that.
Yep, but it happens quite often, apparently.
Right? I've never known that I've been caught in the nade NATO all these years. It's such a shocker. But Ascendancy here, man, for being the underdog, good God, 6-1 on Inferno, and it's not like Mayhem has not been here before. They've been in these situations even in our own tournaments. So don't count them out just yet, but Ascendancy came to play. These old school players are putting it together. So 6-1 here, and now Ascendancy trying to take middle. They've already done the damage on this Kira side. Anything more is just peaches on top of everything. But for Mayhem, finally starting to collect themselves on the CT side, I think just getting caught a little off guard a bit by the Ascendancy side. But now, if they can make this a 9-6, we have a game on our hands. From Ascendancy, they haven't really been doing anything too out of the ordinary, but just finding this frag. And Ascendancy now is falling apart. They went for the middle contain, or the middle hole, sending a couple down middle and a couple holding up top, and it just doesn't work out for them this time. But Demise, if he can take down a few guns, it'd be a minor victory, but it does not happen. Now two on to Demise. So 2-6 here for Ascendancy, and Mayhem, you really need to hold on to your guns, and you need to start winning out right now.
Yeah, they did win that one without losing any players, but definitely in the future now they're going to have to continue that trend. As we do see Ascendancy, they are full buying, so we got an AWP on double. And again, that's another name that I've been told. That's how, so if you're like, Sprawl, you can't read, it's got a lol right in it. Again, one of our managers of RGN apparently knows him for a long time, and that is a way to pronounce his name. So, guys, don't hate me too much. I understand, though, if you do. Davey will be able to get 2 frags there, an underpass, dropping the bomb. Double will return a frag onto Sideoff, but looks like Ascendancy, they've been dropping the bomb in kind of locations where now the CTs can utilize that. Well, Double, he's going to be pushing down the stairs here momentarily, and we do see Davey has pushed up all the way to top mid. He's going to miss a shot that probably should have gotten onto Demise, as now pushes up, will eventually get that headshot, spraying him down. Toy trying to come back around here. Double and Toy, last two alive, trying to salvage this round, is now a 2v3 situation. Both of them fairly lit, though, but at least they have the bomb in their control now. Fox landing the shot, though. Double and his AWP is all that's left on the field.
Yep, just a boy in his op. Been in this position many times. Most of the time, it doesn't work out. Oh my god, and he gets spotted out by the jumper from inside the window. So this makes things tougher for Double All. Actually, I'm not sure. They didn't spot him out, actually. Now they do. after he exposes himself to the nade. Gets caught out by now 2. So now that's 3-6 for Mayhem. Mayhem seems to have woken up. So if they continue this cycle of winning rounds, I mean, maybe we got a match on our hands. But again, Ascendancy has already done the damage. And look at this. We're seeing the 5 CZ buy-up. Tech 9 buy-up.
Used to be CZ.
Right? Might as well be. I mean, you can shoot that thing faster than a rifle sometimes. I feel like when I'm in a rush and I'm spamming that thing. Yeah. But what are they going to do here? Oh my god, they smoke up middle, they smoke up connector. This is the stupidest or the smartest, simplest strat I've ever seen. And they rush up catwalk. They throw smokes from spawn into connector and window, and then they rush up catwalk with Tech 9. Would you believe it? It worked. Could they get the bomb down, though? That'd be some economical damage done. Oh my god, and they take down the B player as well. That's side off. Suddenly, we're at an Ascendancy advantage. In this 4 versus 3, they've collected some rifles, and they still have a couple rifles in the form of Tech 9s in their hands. Oh, but 2 of them go down. Now 2 and Buzza go into... They can't hold the bomb site. Double R goes down as well. And now it's all up to Demise to make the magic happen. Needs to peek out. Can't get the first frag. Buzza is keen to his tactic. And at the end there, I really think it just came down to Ascendancy's tact. I mean, if you're going to hold cat, if there's nobody cat, you fall off, try to hold the site with your team. Because obviously that's the only place the other CTs can rotate from in that amount of time.
Yeah, round number 11 here as 4-6 is the score line. It was a close one for Mayhem as that rush, yeah, the Tech 9. Pretty good weapon if I do say so myself.
Right, let's smoke off mid connector and then suddenly we're got.
Yep, exactly. So, works out well for them at least to get the bomb down, get that kind of stuff done, but we are live here. 1:30 on the clock. Does look like it is going to be a prep on the A site. Currently, we do see Fox and Nautu. He's going to be playing from site. They do have the AWP on Fox from CT ramp. So here come some smokes over a ramp, and we'll see if they can take it here as here they come. Coming out of Tetris, we do have, again, Edu underneath balcony, gets one onto Toy. They're going to be pushing him, though. Gets a second one. Can he get a third into Imsta? He almost... Oh, he did get it. What am I talking about? And only 2 Ts left. That's going to be Double taking down Davey. 1v3 situation. And Double goes down. Mayhem picking up another round. And that is quite a few in a row now. 4 in a row for them. And again, like you said, they're waking up in this half. But Ascendancy, they're probably not that worried about it. Honestly, 6 rounds on the T side. If they can just get... If they get 1 or 2 more, ooh, they're sitting pretty. They are not too worried moving on to that CT side.
And all I gotta say about that round is it just came down to the mobility of Nautu when it came through the smoke, because when you take into A, you have to smoke off under the balcony. You either have to smoke it off entirely or just smoke it off enough to where you can try to take it without being shot at elsewhere. And they try to take the fight with him after just smoking under the balcony out entirely, which is something a little goofy for me. And he just started running away, and everywhere the terrorist side looked, he was just elsewhere. So the mobility of Nautu, while still firing back, was the key to that round. But Ascendancy is trying to muscle their way into the A bomb site right now with just a straight take. So far, working out for them. After Double All finds the frag, so they are going to be able to get the bomb down. And it's going to come down to Double All. He does find one more, which leaves his teammate Imst. 1.6 legend in a 1 versus 2, but Davey, 1.6 God himself, says, no deal. 6-6. Mayhem has finally tied it up, but they need to keep it going if they want to take this map, because Ascendancy, I think they're going to have a strong CT hold.
Yeah, I got a feeling about it as well. I don't think that they're going to be slouches on their CT side, so Mayhem, hopefully they got something to show us on that T side, but Ascendancy, this is their map pick. That's why we do see Mayhem starting off on that CT side. They've opted to choose that, but like we can see, we got a tie scoreline here. Those 6 rounds taken very early on in this half. And now another A-side prep as only 1 CT inside a site, and he's going to be playing from the firebox area, or the opposite side of firebox, or lame spot, if I'd like to call it that, as he's going to get 1, actually gets 3. I have no idea how he managed to get that, but that is going to be the frags. Fox comes in and ends everything, and that is going to be the end of that round, holding it all by himself. That was beautiful.
Right. I mean, a lot of that came down to his teammates distracting for him and everything, but that spray just God said, alright, you move a little this way, I'll move you a little this way, and you'll just get 3 kills. Yeah. Sometimes fate just does it all for you when it comes down to the spray. But Ascendancy hasn't won a round in how long? But does it matter? I mean, when their CT side comes to fruition, that's going to be the real story of the match. But let's get back into this round. It looks like Ascendancy has gained the advantage because Mayhem's trying to contest middle so hard. But it doesn't work out for them. So now that Ascendancy has control over middle, but look at this. We do still have one player, that's Fox, inside of window. If he can peek out at the right time here, catch somebody unsuspecting. But he catches a flat instead. And he almost gets him down to 6. What? Did they even see him? I'm so confused. Oh, yes, Imsa did spot him through that smoke. So Fox does go down. And that's a very risky spot to play with an op at window. When you know you have no assistance and you know that there's a smoke in position, there's not much you can do with an op there besides rely on your raw aim. And sometimes it doesn't work out. He goes down along with the rest of his team. 7-7. Ascendancy wins another one, and that's something Mayhem cannot let go of.
Yeah, 7-7, moving into the final round of this half. We'll see which team can take that lead moving into the second one, but we've kind of said it over and over again. Ascendancy not going to feel too bad, even if they drop this round moving on to that CT side. Mayhem, they're going to be a little bit worried at this point. I think that last round was very important for Ascendancy, being that they did lose so many rounds in a row, but Double, he's going to get one, gets 2. Can he get another, as they're still... They were trying to contest in connector. There was Fox now rotating around, and he is now going to be... if I can control my camera properly. He is going to be rotating all the way back to CT spawn. So they do have complete mid control, are the terrorists, and Fox actually dropping Toy as he tried to push out a ramp. So imagine they might try and work something else, especially with that pick they just got on side off. Now they can rotate over to that B site. Obviously, they can't see what we can see, but that B site wide open.
Yeah, and this is so tough for Mayhem in this position because still somebody pressuring towards A for Ascendancy, and he takes down your A player. So now Buzza, the last remainder of the CT, has to make the guess of guesses, and he does. So he takes down the first B player, but that's only the first part of the puzzle. This makes it so difficult for Buzza now if he's going to try to clutch this round, because he takes down the B player. Does the B player still wait and then try to take the bomb back to the site later, or does he just fall back to his teammates, which is the obvious choice? So far Buzza has made the right choice, but now it gets even tougher from here because you got to hit some nutty op shots. So Buzza, coming from the CT spawn here, Ascendancy gives him no quarter and no shots to take. Nicely done by Demise. So Ascendancy already has won the half, the harder half, in theory. So for Mayhem here, I mean, even though they upset Torque, I don't think they can win this one. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. We're going to find out here shortly. I thought we had a little clip to run, but apparently not, as we are going to be moving into the second half here. And again, moving on to that CT side, Ascendancy, they're going to be feeling quite good in that. Again, a lot of those rounds did come early on, and I would have said maybe Mayhem moving over to that T side may have had a little bit more of a chance if they didn't drop those last 2 rounds. Because those were the rounds where Ascendancy was like, okay, yep, we got those rounds as well. They lost so many in a row, maybe they could have